deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bond stands alone. Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Stacks on Stacks. Joined, as always, every Sunday with my guys. Well, Ben's coming back from the IL.
It's been a long
minute.
time.
It's been like 2 weeks since you've been here.
Yeah, Tuesday. Not this last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before.
Yeah. Welcome back, Ben, to the show. We got
There we
Mr.
go.
Big Ball and Ben Larson. Swerving Irvin, Washington. We back. Another Sunday night episode. A lot to talk about. End of the first season, obviously. We got the Home Run Derby coming up tomorrow. All-Star game on Tuesday, which means we won't have a show on Tuesday because there is no baseball on Wednesday. But we will have our MAC preview on Wednesday with AK, so you definitely want to tap into that. We are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. How you doing, Ben? It's been a while.
Been good, man.
Forgot what
Oh,
you
yeah.
look like.
I pulled a dumbass move on traveled and I'm like, oh, got to bring all my podcast stuff. Got to make sure I'm good to go. Up in Roseville, and I get up there, unpacking the car. Shit, I didn't bring a single piece of my podcasting stuff. So, but it was had a good 4th, had a good 110 degree weather up there. So can't complain. Got a good beer for today too.
Nice. What are you drinking?
So I'm drinking Montaki cold snack. So it's a 4% lager.
Okay.
And 8%. Love it that 8% of the proceeds from all of their sales of this beer, which I guess is really big on in the Midwest, goes back to the community, goes back to local causes, mostly focused on LGBTQ plus. So definitely some good stuff.
Nice. A little late for Pride Month.
It
It's
is,
June, but still, that's nice. Good causes. I'm drinking a beer from Equilibrium, which, if you remember, Equilibrium was part of Pints of Love.
Yeah.
They specialize in like scientific brews, I guess, sort of say. This is the Astronomical Twilight. It's a sour IPA with watermelon, strawberry, lime, and select hops, quote unquote.
Damn, I forgot my 211.
You did forget the 211, bro. The OE. The King Cobra, dog. Come on, man. Get a 40 next time.
Nah, I'm gonna get some next time. Silver Satin.
The fuck is that?
I've never heard that one either.
It's alcohol, but if you put Kool-Aid in it, it make it taste way better.
It's like one of those like 99 flavor liqueurs I see everyone
Yeah,
fucking
it
taste test
ain't
with.
worse as 99 bananas and all that shit.
Dude,
But
I be
it's-
seeing
it's
people
up
do taste tests with all those 99 flavors, and like I actually want to try some because they be like, oh, it tastes like a cream soda or tastes like fucking whatever the hell they mix it with, dude.
Speaking of cream soda, I brought some of the Mother Earth.
I can't see it, bro.
I can't see it. Yeah, some of the Mother Earth creamsicle beers to a barbecue the other day, and every single person was like, "Oh, this shit's too sweet. Oh, this is disgusting." I'm like, "Bitches, this is one of my favorite beers."
Damn. Or we can't.
Yeah.
Nobody can see what the fuck you're trying to show us.
All right.
All it looks like is a bunch of light.
And by the way, if you know who I'm talking about, because I know they listen to the podcast.
Who is it? What is that? The silver? What is that? Looks like
Silver satin.
There we go.
never heard of it.
Oh,
If you've heard of silver satin, let us know. Hey, someone says, shout out the homies Jordan, Irvin, and Ben. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Let's get going. If you're in the chat, let us know. Ask us questions, whatever. We'll try to get to them. Got a lot on deck, though. So let's get to the first half of Major League Baseball, man. So first half ends this week. We have seen a lot of kind of regression from some of these teams, I would say, at the end of this week, end of the first half.
Good word.
Texas being one of them, the Rays being one of them. So with that being said, what is your guys' 3 surprise teams?
You want surprise first?
Surprise first. Because I know we're going to have
Snakes.
3 same disappointing
I'm
teams.
gonna go Diamondbacks, Marlins,
Yep.
and damn, they didn't start off so bad, man. They actually look like a pretty decent team now, but I can't put Oakland out there. Give me then a surprise team, but this is a surprise team for them being complete dog shit is the Cardinals.
But I mean, that would be like a disappointing team, too. I mean, I
Okay,
guess
so
you could
that'd be a
say
disappointment.
surprise.
So let's do shit. I'll say the Rays because I knew they was gonna be good, but I didn't see the motherfuckers being this good.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely agree with you on that one.
Ben?
My surprise teams were going to go Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't see them, being at the top for this long. Got to go with the Diamondbacks too. But I'm going to go with a different one for my third, and that is just more so because of recent activities, and that's going to be the Cincinnati Reds. And the insertion of Ellie De La Cruz. This kid's numbers, and really the team's numbers once Ellie's come into play. He's been in for 30 games now. They're 22-8. They went from 28-33 to 50-41 over that time period that he's come in. They went from only lost before Ellie came in. They've lost or tied 11 series, and since he's come in, they've only lost or tied 2, and they've won 7 series before he came in those 60 games versus 8 series since he's come in those 30 games. Like, this kid has completely changed the dynamic of this team, offensively, defensively. It's made extra run support has helped the pitchers. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati here.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of options here. I'm gonna go with a team, and I think this is gonna surprise you both. But I'm gonna go with the Dodgers, Irv. First place heading into the All-Star game in the NL West. And considering the injuries they've had in their starting rotation, I mean, they've literally been piecing this together week by week. The bullpen as well. I mean, the bullpen was literally atrocious for the first 3 months of the season. They've kind of got it back together the last 2.5 weeks. But for somehow, I don't know how this team is in first place, dude. It makes no sense to me how this team is in first place right now.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but we expected them to be in first place.
Yeah, but if
So
I
don't
told
necessarily-
Ben, if I told,
but not with all these injuries.
yeah, if I told you
I mean,
that,
they didn't last 3 years with all these injuries. We knew
Nah,
not like this, dude.
Nah, not like this. Because the last 3 years, the injuries came later in the season. We already had the division wrapped up. We just had to worry about if we had
Bro,
enough to make it in the
Ben,
playoffs. But
if I
we
told
ain't
you,
never been this hurt during the season. This is terrible.
if I
And think
told
we
you,
can also
if I
put-
told you in April or March that the Dodgers would be in first place and Julio Urias would have missed half the year already, Dustin May would be out for the year. You're not getting Walker Buehler, and they would have had to have three rookies start as many games as they had. You would have been like, "There's no fucking way they are in first place."
Gavin Lux tore his ACL before the
Gavin
season.
Lux out.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the amount of injuries this team has had is phenomenal.
Blake Trinan might not pitch till August. Might even be September.
It's crazy
Yeah.
that they are where they are.
I mean, I think you can also put, and of course, this is playing devil's advocate because I'm a Giants fan. You can also put who they've played over the last 2 weeks to raise them back up to the top of this division.
I mean, the Giants have had an easy schedule the last 2 weeks, and they've kind of fucking fallen off.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. But the reason the Dodgers are getting wins is because they've played 4 against the Angels, 4 against the Pirates.
Yeah, but before
they actually lost the series to Kansas City, but won against the Rockies. You know,
you can only play who's in front of you, but
absolutely. But
to that point,
you have
the Angels were 15 games over 500 the first time they played them. I mean, they basically put the Angels out of their misery, bro. Like, the Angels' season is over at this point.
Well, especially with injury to Trout too.
I mean, Trout wasn't even that good this. I mean, I shouldn't say not that good, but he's not. He hasn't been playing like Mike Trout has all year. Or
he's still one of their best players, though.
Yeah, I guess that goes to show how dog shit that team is.
Yep.
But I would put the Dodgers as one of the most surprising teams. Obviously the Rangers, because I didn't expect the Rangers to be this good, especially like losing DeGrom, and really that rotation has been good for the most part, but we've kind of seen them regress the last week or so, and I think we're going to see more regression. I think for the Rangers too, the Astros, given the Astros are another team we could call surprising. I mean, the Astros have had more starts by rookie pitchers than anybody in baseball. They had a ton of injuries too. Jordan hurt for the last month and a half. They lose half of their starting rotation out for the year, and they're 2 games back of first. And Houston or Texas is sitting there, and you got Dave Dunning, who's finally coming back down to earth. Eovaldi's coming back down to earth. I mean, is this Texas Rangers team gonna make it to the end of the year? So I think Houston being 2 games back is huge as well. And then I agree with you, Ben. The Cincinnati Reds, I mean, this is a team that nobody thought was going to win their division. They're first place in the division at halfway through the year. I think we got to put them up there. And to your point about Ellie, I feel like Ellie has the same effect as Adley had last year for the Orioles.
Mm-hmm.
Once Adley came up, the Orioles season just turned around.
Yep.
Now, the difference between the two is the Reds play in a dog shit division.
Yep.
And the Orioles play in the AL East.
Yep.
So it's been super beneficial to them, but I'm excited for the second half of the year. Now let's do our 3 most disappointing teams. Irv, if the Cardinals aren't in it, I don't want either one of you talking, because I should be.
Oh yeah, the Cardinals are number 1.
Yeah.
2 other disappointing teams. I can't really say. Angels are always disappointing because they got 2 generational talents and they still can't be shit.
Yeah, we're just used to it.
So they're just an honorable mention disappointment. But the Mets, horrible.
Yep.
$500 million payroll. And I gotta keep it real, man. Them trash ass Yankees.
Yep. Well, I think Yankees are definitely one of those teams that we knew were a one-hit wonder, and that's Judge, and especially now that Judge is out, we knew that pitching wasn't going to come as strong as it did at the start of last year. We knew they didn't have any bats, so I'm not surprised. I think it's a disappointment for New York and for, all of the, being one of the most popular teams in the league. I'm right there with you, but they didn't make my list.
Well, I feel like the Yankees expectations are always World Series or bust, dude. You know what I mean? That's just how their fan base acts. But what was your other disappointing team? Cardinals, and who else, Irv?
Mets.
Oh yeah, $500 million payroll, dude. Ben, what's yours?
So I had Cardinals and Mets, but I also had 2 more. The first is going to be Chicago White Sox. Disappointing year all around. They have one of the best pitchers in baseball, and they just cannot put it together. Their defensive play has just been atrocious. I think their defensive WAR is something like -19, which is just, it's tough when you're comparing them. I'm sorry. Where was it? Chicago WAR is 6.5 defensively. And you just can't have that for, a team that has so many stars, so many options. in a horrible division, and
They can't hit
putting up
either.
numbers that
That's
putting up numbers like that.
I think that's the most shocking thing about the White Sox.
They're 20. What was it? 23rd in pitching and 26th in hitting.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a good
in the
team.
league. Can't happen. And then the last team that I have is San Diego Padres.
Yeah,
A team that is what are they, top 10 in pitching and hitting, and let's see, hitting.
I will
8th
say though,
overall.
Ben, I'll say this as far as the Padres are concerned: series win over the Mets this weekend, massive. Because
We'll
the loser of that series, in my opinion, completely out of the playoffs. The Mets at this point have no fucking shot. They're like 30 games back of first place in their division, and they're like 9 games back out of the wild card now.
Yep.
At least San Diego's kind of in striking distance. It's like all it takes is a good week, and they're like right back in it.
I mean, San Diego's still 8.5 games from the division.
Yeah, but what are they in the wild card? 7, 6.5?
I don't have wild card up. Hold up.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like 6.5 or 7 off the top of my head.
It's got to be, because you've got both Arizona and LA tied at the top of the division. So
I'm talking for wild card.
Wild card. Yeah, I know. They are 6 games back.
Yeah, so I mean, you're a good week and a half out. Like, you're not out of the race. Now the Mets though, they were hot coming into that series, and now they lose 2 or 3. Now they're 7 back of the wild card. I mean, they're basically out of it because the team that just beat them is ahead of them.
Yeah, but only by a game.
I mean, that's still huge, especially because the Mets play in a. Well, I mean, they both play in a tough division, but
Yeah.
the Mets play in a really tough division because they're in 4th place in their division. Well, I guess so are the. No,
Yeah.
Padres are in 3rd
Padres.
place, right?
4th place.
Oh yeah, they are in 4th.
San
place.
Francisco's still ahead of them by
Barely
in
dude.
wild card 6 games. So that's gonna be tough. But what gets me too with San Diego, and we've talked about this, I want to say it was maybe 2-3 weeks ago, or maybe it was just off air, was the difference between number 5 or 4 and number 5 in their batting order, in their depth charts, is just so astronomical that
Ben, did you watch
I
the
think-
Mets series, the Padres and Mets series at
I
all?
didn't. No.
So Friday night, Padres Mets tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Mhm.
Ha-Seong Kim hits a double, has
Mhm.
second base easily,
Stand up double.
tries to stretch it into a triple, gets thrown out at
Gets thrown
3rd.
out. Yep. It's either him or Machado getting thrown out at 3rd.
Next batter, Juan Soto, ropes a double.
Yeah.
Padres lose the game in extra innings. 0-8, by the way, in extra inning games for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like Irv and AK and I were talking about it. Like, that's a microcosm of their season, dude. Just like stupidity, just dumb shit, and like they lose that game.
And then the game yesterday, Blake Snell pitched a fucking gem. They scored 3 runs in the second inning. Guess when they scored their next run?
They didn't. I don't
They
think. No, they
They
didn't.
didn't.
They didn't score another run. They won 3-1.
Yeah.
Barely. Today too, Irv. Well, they ended up scoring like 2 in the 8th inning, but I
Yeah.
mean, dude, they scored 3 in the first inning, and then they didn't score for 6 more innings. I mean, at this point, Ben, like, you're right. Like, the back of that lineup sucks, but I also think we have to start holding accountable these guys at the top of the lineup. Xander Bogaerts has been very inconsistent
Yep. They're not playing to their contracts either.
at all. Juan
Nope.
Soto is like an on-base machine, but like with runners in scoring position, what's his average with runners in scoring position? I wouldn't even be shocked if he's hitting under like 250 with runners in scoring position. Let me see here.
I'm sure it's bad.
I feel like that whole team, dude, just like
He has a team with runners in score position.
they're dead last in the league. I know that, but
They're
what?
probably up there with the Blue Jays. You know, they can't hit for shit with runners in score position either.
Oh man, we'll get to the Blue Jays shortly. I gotta see what Juan Soto's batting with runners in position though. pulling it up right now because it's been pretty bad. But I agree with you, Ben. Padres and Mets are my Padres, Mets, Cardinals are my three most disappointing teams for sure. Men in scoring position: Juan Soto, 284, not terrible. 281, sorry, 281, not terrible, but not good for someone of that caliber. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Padres, I'm with you, Ben. Disappointing. Mets, disappointing. Cardinals, by far the most disappointing team, though. That was a team that was minus 250 to win their division to start the
And
year.
one of the odds-on favorite to win the World Series.
And they are in last place in their division, and they're just a fucking mess, dude. Yeah, they're. Oh my god, I don't know how Ollie Marmol still has a fucking job, dude. If I was that bad at my job, I would have lost my job. Especially with expectations.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt too. At the beginning of it, when he who did he call on for being lazy running the bases?
Oh, O'Neill, Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah.
Who hasn't played since like that fucking week too.
Yeah.
It's been a wild year, man. So I mean, looking forward to the second half of the season. What are some teams that like you kind of expect to fall back to earth? What are some teams you expect to maybe make a push into the postseason? Either of you?
A team that I expect to fall back. I think these are two teams that are two of my surprise teams that I do expect to fall back to earth. That's the Texas Rangers. We're already starting to see that now. And with the pitching injuries, I think that's going to take its toll later in the year when you don't have as many star pitchers and the 2, 3, 4s are going to get stretched and kind of really push their ERA, their strikeout percentage down a little bit. And then I'm really worried about Arizona. I know Corbin Carroll came back today from his shoulder injury, but if his shoulder's not feeling well, he is the heart and soul of that lineup. And if he goes into an injury, even 15 games, that can really take a lot of life out of that team that's playing above what I expect them to be playing right now. I don't think you can continue to have a 26-15 away record. They're playing phenomenal on the road. And I just think that's going to level out a bit, and be similar to their home record, which is still above 500, but nothing like that 26-15 record.
I think Texas and Arizona have eerily similar attributes to the point that, like, I agree with you on both those teams that I think both of them are going to regress. First of all, Texas was hitting at an astronomical rate with runners in scoring position. They were hitting like 380 on pace for like record-setting offensive numbers. And like the back half of that lineup is what's doing, a lot of the damage too, right? So we've seen them kind of come back to earth. And then we're also seeing their pitching staff come back to earth, right? Which we knew was going to happen, right? But one thing that's been consistent with Texas all year has been their bullpen has not been good at all, right? They're in ERA, they're 23rd in ERA, 4.48. And it's cost them games. And now that they're not hitting as well, we're seeing it cost them even more games. And I think we're going to continue to see that throughout the course of the season. I think the same thing with Arizona. Arizona's bullpen, I mean, dude, they were up 1-0 against the Mets, right? Francisco Alvarez, down to his last strike, fucking hits a home run. They end up winning the game. The Mets end up winning the game. The Diamondbacks bullpen has been atrocious, dude. And I know bullpen is the easiest thing to fix. I get it. But Arizona, they have two great starters, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly. But aside from those two, I mean, you're throwing Tommy Hunter out there, who's been a lot better in his last 3 or 4 starts. But can we trust him over the course of the rest of the season to go out there every fifth day and give your team a chance to win? I don't know. And is their offense going to rake in? Like, Corbin Carroll missed a series against the Angels with a shoulder injury, comes back, hurts his shoulder again. Like,
Did he hurt his shoulder again today?
No, he hurt it the other night.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
yeah, the one the other day looked.
Yeah, it looked bad. So
looked
is
bad.
this going to be an ongoing issue throughout the rest of the year? Because if they don't have Corbin Carroll, I mean, they're cooked, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I definitely think Arizona is going to fall back to earth. I definitely think Texas is going to fall back to earth. I'd actually throw some money on Houston to win the division. I'd even throw money on the Mariners to win the division because the Mariners have the best starting pitching staff in that entire division, bar none. There's nobody close to their starting rotation in that division. But I mean, with Jordan back, it's tough to count the Astros out, dude. We know what they can do. Michael Brantley probably out for the year, which is tough. I know fucking Mighty Mouse, the short dude, Jose Altuve, I know he's on the IL right now. They'll probably make a move, though. They definitely need another starting pitcher because you got Hunter Brown, who's a rookie. You got Framber Valdez, and then you're just throwing dudes out there the rest of the days. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm with you, Ben. I'm with you on both those teams, dude. I 100% agree.
Yep.
Irv, who do you think's gonna fall back to earth or pick it up?
Well, y'all said pretty much the teams that more susceptible to falling back to earth, which is the Rangers and the Diamondbacks because they had a great first half. A team I would like to see pick it up because they have the talent and hands down they could win the World Series easily is the Blue Jays. They need to figure shit out.
Yep.
Because they're too talented to have the record that they have and struggling the way that they do against these trash ass teams. They just got no hit by the Tigers.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand being no hit by the Astros, anybody, but the Tigers.
Yeah.
That ain't right. But I would like to see them step it up. The team that I think could take off, like you said, just need to get healthy is the Astros because we know what they're capable of. I can't remember the last season that they asked us wasn't in the ALCS. So, they're not a first class organization, but they damn sure know how to win. Fuck them. But another team gave me false hope, man. I thought they turned the corner. It was the Angels, man. They was looking good.
Yep.
There was like a couple games out of first, had a wild card spot. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, damn, they just pack it up. It's crazy.
Irv, it's the same thing as last year too. Remember they went on a winning streak and then they lost 19 in a row and their season was just over.
Yeah, it's
after that.
It's crazy, man.
It's kind of the same thing here.
Just another team that could I know we don't like them because they're super inconsistent, but they show flashes of being a good team. The Brewers, man, they play down. I wouldn't say they play down to their competition. They just can't string together good series. They can't stack series wins on top of each other. It's always they win one, lose two. They win two, split the next two. They lose two, win one. And then they're starting pitching outside of Peralta and Corbin Burns. Miley's been solid, but other than that,
I mean, Colin Ray's been all right. That's the problem with the Brewers Reserve is that their bullpen going from starter to Devin Williams.
Devin Williams is bad.
They don't have. That's what they can't figure out, dude. They lost 2 games to the Cubs because they couldn't get from the starting pitcher to Devin Williams, dude.
Yes.
They lost in between that.
If they play anywhere near what they've been the last couple of years, they could run away with this division. But
agreed,
they just can't put it together.
Well, I think the thing with Milwaukee, and I want to get back to your point on Toronto too, but I think the problem with Milwaukee is they don't excel at anything specific. They're just an above average team at every single aspect of the game. And I mean, at least for what we expect Milwaukee to be, their pitching isn't as good as the last 2 years. Their batting,
yeah, but I mean,
middle of the pack.
Irv's right though. Their starting pitching is good enough to win games.
Yeah.
It's just they have this 2-inning problem bridging between the starting pitcher and Devin Williams, because you have Devin Williams who, is a top 3 closer in all of baseball. you know, Felix Bautista is number 1, Alexis Diaz number 2, or Johan Duran. I mean, those 4 guys right there are the 4 best closers. So it's just a matter of finding that consistency. And like Christian Yelich has come back to being, I wouldn't say the MVP caliber player he once was, but I mean, he's having a great year. And I think it's gone way under the radar, dude. He's having a phenomenal year and nobody's talking about it. And then, you know, Willie Adames is picking it up. I mean, the Brewers in the last 14 days have been one of the best offensive teams in baseball. They're averaging almost 6 runs a game. And that's the problem we've always had with the Milwaukee Brewers, is that they don't score enough. Well, now they're scoring. They just can't get from the starting pitcher to Devin Williams, dude. They've lost like 5 games in the last 2 weeks because of it. But again, like the bullpen is the easiest thing to fix, dude. Because you don't have to trade a ton of assets to get relievers.
Yeah, we'll played some shit teams. And again, I know you have to win against the games that are against what's in front of you. And if you're a good team, you have to win against those.
They just
shit
won a
teams.
series. They just won a 4-game series against the Reds.
3-game series.
3-game series, 2-1.
Yep. But then they had the Cubs, the Pirates.
But again, that Cubs
the
series, they
Mets.
could have easily swept that series, dude. Bullpen let them down 2 games.
Oh yeah. No, and it's again, to me, even with their starting pitching, I guess they're you know,
Well, let me ask you this,
Saber,
man.
I guess, is
Let me-
it's just mediocre. It's better than mediocre, but it's nothing that is going to like be the best team in baseball for this.
Ben, let me ask you this, and Irv, you too. Let me ask you both this. Of all the teams in the NL Central, at this point, who do you trust going forward? You trust the young Reds? You trust the established Brewers? Or the Cubs, who are like 6.5 back? So they have a lot to climb.
7 now, yeah.
Like who? Like honestly, I think there's value in taking the Brewers.
I mean, I think there's value in taking
True,
the Brewers
but-
because they're the vets. They're the ones that have been there.
Because I'm telling you all right now,
But you
dude,
have to.
the
have
Reds
to
are
pass that
gonna.
torch soon.
The Reds are gonna. There's no way a team with 4 rookies continues doing this, dude. No chance. 0 chance. If it does, you know, repost this, slap me silly and call me Sally, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, but
The Reds also have no starting pitching either.
can Milwaukee do it?
I mean, that's the thing, dude.
Will they go into a lull again?
I,
What's their
well, every
what's the end of the month?
every offense is going to stay hot forever. That's why starting pitching is so important, because it keeps you in ball games.
Oh wow, they got 3 more games against the Reds. Wow, they played 6 straight against the Reds.
And they own the Reds, by the way. They're like,
Yeah.
like 12-3 against the Reds in the last 2 years.
Let's see how the Reds do at home. But then they've got the Phillies, the Braves, the Reds again, Jesus Christ, and then the Braves again to end out the month.
Irv, I know you're taking the Brewers.
Nah, actually, I got to roll with my boy Ellie.
Shut the
Kid's
fuck-
phenomenal, man.
Oh yeah, he's a hell of a talent.
That division is gonna be so good next year, the year after.
What are you talking about, dude? It's gonna be them and the Pirates probably.
Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
Cardinals are
no,
never
right.
gonna fully go away. The Cubs are never gonna fully go away, and the Brewers are never gonna fully go away.
And
They should.
O'Neal Cruz got to stay healthy.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
Pirates
they
got
usually-
more guys coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new age of
Lamar Johnson's
6'4",
coming.
6'5" shortstops.
Yeah.
Pirates got a lot of dudes coming up. I know they just drafted Paul Skeens today.
Yeah.
I guarantee that dude is not going to be in the minors very long. Like he is pretty.
Who's first overall?
Yeah, he is. Yes, we cashed that first overall ticket. Paul Skeens plus 260. Let's go.
Oh yeah, he won't be in the minors long.
Nah, he's pretty established already. He'll probably only be in the minors for the rest of this year and probably half of next year. He'll probably come up if the Pirates are good, he'll come up end of next year as like a reliever, and then the following year he'll start the year as a starter. Man, we got a lot of division races that we got to keep an eye on, dude. The AL East is all of a sudden.
Let's talk about that. Who do you guys think is going to come out of the AL East? You've got Tampa Bay as the leader right now, Baltimore 2 games behind. Then you got Toronto, Yankees, and Red Sox 7, 8, and 9 games behind.
If the Rays have any more injuries, significant injuries,
they're fucked.
And they're already coming back to earth, I don't see how you pick against the Orioles. The way they ended the first, they was teetering, and the way they ended the first half, they're gonna have so much momentum and going into the second half of the season.
Let's go, y'all!
And they might call up Colton Cowser. And
Cowser's already called a.
Wait, no, they might call up Holiday.
Nah, he's not gonna get called up. Kerstad. Hessing.
Oh no, Kerstad. My bad.
Kerstad is the next to get called up.
One that's in AAA raking. That dude.
Kerstad is the next to get called up. But keep in mind, Grayson Rodriguez is down in AAA, and he has a sub-2 ERA since he went back down there. So it seems like he's figured things out. So he's definitely getting called back up. I have notable Orioles sources saying that he will be starting the first series after the All-Star break. He'll be starting one of those games. Because right now, the biggest issue for the Orioles is starting pitching. It's not the bullpen. Yeah. It's not really hitting. It's starting pitching, dude. Because you're throwing, Kyle Gibson out there and Cole Irvin out there. And Kyle Gibson was phenomenal today against the Minnesota Twins. But the Twins can't hit a fucking beach ball. So everyone's pitching well against them. But it's consistent starting pitching, dude. And like Tyler Wells has been phenomenal. Kyle Bradish has been excellent the last month and a half. We're talking a guy that should be on the Cy Young radar coming up here. So really it's about just consistent starting pitching. Now, the problem with Grayson Rodriguez going forward is like, let's say he comes up and he pitches much better. Well, he's young, dude. Is he going to be able to sustain those innings going into the postseason? Right? So in my opinion, the Orioles have to make a trade for a starting pitcher, and they have the organizational depth to make that trade. Whether it's a Paul Blackburn, I don't think you need an ace. You just need a guy that can go out there every 5th day and go 6 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Give your offense a chance, because the offense is good. We're seeing them kind of bounce back. Irv, I've been very vocal about calling up Colton Cowser and Jordan Westburg for the last 2 months. I said the Orioles need to do this. Bro, why do you guys got to talk the Orioles? Every time someone brings up the Orioles, I get emotional, and I have a lot to say.
Oh, we know.
But
we know.
They finally call these guys up, and it kind of lights a spark under these veterans, dude, that are like teetering between being out of the league and being in. Because the second they called up Colton Cowser, it's like all of a sudden, dude, Aaron Hicks starts hitting again. All of a sudden, fucking Adam Frazier starts hitting again. It's like these dudes are like, yo, these kids are starting to come up and they're raking, so we need to rake too if we're going to keep our jobs. Ryan Mountcastle gets called back up today off the injured list from Vertigo, has an RBI single 1-for-1 in his at-bats. So I'm really excited to see where the Orioles are going. I definitely think they're making the playoffs, dude. Without a doubt, they're making the playoffs. Whether they win the division or not, I don't know. That will remain to be seen. Tampa Bay is another team. They have to go make a play for a starting pitcher. Obviously, McClanahan's hurt. Zach Eflin's been phenomenal. But no Drew Rasmussen, no Jeffrey Springs for the rest of the year. Taj Bradley's a rookie, so again, like, when does his innings get cut? And it's not like he's been great either. So it's honestly like maybe the Blue Jays are the play here because they still have the most talent, dude. And Manoah came back up and he was great. He was better than Gausman was on Saturday.
Yeah, but 7 games is so tough to come back from.
It is, you're right. But they have the talent, Ben.
Yeah.
It's just whether they figure it out or not.
Yeah. All right, Central. I'm with everyone on this one. I'm going Baltimore. Central.
Oh, you guys are taking Baltimore to win the division?
Yep.
Damn, you guys are bolder than me.
Central Division. I'm not even gonna say the Royals. They're
They're cake.
they're back in 1999.
I'll just go ahead and say the Guardians are winning this division.
Yeah, Cleveland Guardians right now are winning the division. You've got the Twins half a game back, Tigers 5.5, and Chicago 8.
Give me the Guardians. No Tristan McKenzie probably for the rest of the year. He might need Tommy John surgery, by the way. He's out with a UCL sprain, and we all know what that leads to.
Ooh, good news. Dustin May did not need UCL.
He'll never be a starting pitcher ever again, Irv.
I know. I think he's gonna be a bullpen guy going forward, but good thing he doesn't need another Tommy John.
That'd be his third, right? If he were to get it.
No, second.
Damn, that's crazy.
So, Irv, who do you got for Central? AL Central.
It got to be the Guardians, man, because all the rest of them teams are complete dog shit. And
much.
Once the White Sox start winning, they go up. They forget how to pitch, or they forget how to score runs. Like today, pitching was excellent. The motherfuckers had second and third, nobody out, didn't score a run. They had the bases loaded in the bottom of the seventh, one out, ground into a double play. Like, bro, they just can't put it together. So, and the Guardians might not be the best team in one of the worst divisions. They have the good enough pitching. The hitting is getting more timely. It's not great, but they're scoring more runs, and they beat the hell out of all the teams in that division. So that's the reason why they're gonna win it.
It's crazy because the Guardians and the Twins are like very similar. Like they both have great starting pitching, good bullpens, but neither of them can hit consistently.
It's either a home run or they can't hit they cannot string together multiple hits to save their damn life.
And I don't know how long Royce Lewis is out for, but Royce Lewis was a godsend to the Twins, dude. When he came up, they actually started fucking hitting the ball a lot better. Second he gets hurt, dude, that offense goes back to being absolute dog shit. So if Royce Lewis is out for an extended period of time, I think you got to count the Twins out of it. Although they probably have the best starting rotation, especially because Tristan McKenzie probably out for the year. But, I don't know, dude. The Guardians I don't know how they do it, dude. They just find these guys that are just good. They're like the Rays and the A's, dude. Like, they just find good starters, dude, out of nowhere, bro. They just, like, figure it out pitching-wise. And Terry Francona's the best manager in baseball the second half of the year. He has the best record in the second half of the year the last 6 years. So, I got to take the Guardians, dude. And they have the best player in the division, too. Jose Ramirez.
All right, we already kind of talked about this. AL West, Texas Rangers are up 2 games on the Astros. Seattle 6 games behind. Angels 7. A's are back in the 1970s.
Give me the A's, man. 30 games back. I think they can make a run.
27.5. There you go. You get good value on that.
No, honestly, value-wise, dude, I think you got to take a shot on the Mariners.
Yeah.
I know they've come out and said, like, Brian Wu, they're going to manage his innings, and Bryce Miller, they're going to manage his innings. But, I mean, you still got Logan Gilbert, and you still got George Kirby, and you still got Luis Castillo on top of that. So you got 3 bona fide front end of the rotation starters on top of that. Plus, you have a great back end of the bullpen. And, honestly, the last 2 weeks, the Mariners have been the best offensive team in baseball, averaging over 6 runs a game. Surprisingly. So if they can continue the offensive consistency, I think you got to take a shot on the Mariners here, dude.
And as long as they stop making stupid plays in the fielding.
Yeah.
They have made some stupid fucking plays. But yeah, you gotta play smart, consistent baseball. So I'm with you on that. I still don't think they win the division. But value-wise, I'm with you there. I'm going to say as Houston gets healthier, they win that division.
But Houston's not getting these starters back, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you're going to pick up one at the deadline.
I mean, who are they picking up, though?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, Ben, the Orioles need a starter. The Rays need a starter. There's a lot of teams that need a starter, and all of them have better prospects than the Astros.
Yeah.
So it's like that's my reasoning and my thinking ahead of this is because I think there's a lot of teams that can make deals that other teams can't because of the depth in their organizations or the players being traded. Like Paul Blackburn might be the best starter available at the deadline. You think the A's are trading him in within the division?
Yeah, nope. And I was gonna say, I was thinking of like, I know he's not an outstanding, but he can be a good, 3-4 guy. You go Reed Detmers, but same thing. Angels aren't going to trade into the division.
Yeah.
So
I doubt the Angels trade Reed Detmers though. He's still under club control for like 2 years. And the Angels are reluctant to do anything that makes any sense.
All right, we'll quickly move over to the National League. You think anybody has a chance of catching the Braves? You got Miami 8.5 games back, Philly 12, Mets 18.5, and Washington 24.5.
For my
Only team got a shot is the Marlins. That's it.
For my 44-1 ticket, I hope the Marlins have a chance, but they can't beat the Braves, and that's an issue, dude.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. Cincinnati has the division. Brewers 1 game back. Cubs 7. Pirates 8.5. Cardinals 11.5.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I kind of like I'm starting to like the Brewers, man. I've been a Brewers hater, dude, but starting to lean towards the Brewers. They're getting Brandon Woodruff back as well. I think this could be obviously if they're in contention, they're not trading Corbin Burns, so this could be their division, man.
What if Burns comes out and asks for a trade?
Then you trade him, but then I wouldn't take them. But I mean, as of right now, given what I know,
yep, exactly.
Going Brewers.
I'm going Cincinnati. I think they're going to pick up a pitcher.
I don't think Cincy's going to make they're not going to mortgage their future for this year. Guaranteed.
Yeah, especially if Green's got an injury. All right, and then NL West, excuse me. Dodgers and Diamondbacks are tied for the division. Giants 2.5 games, San Diego 8.5.
So I got a hot take here.
Colorado 18.
I got a hot take. The Giants
division probably gonna come down to the last.
Oh, here he goes, fucking yawning, dude.
2 weeks of the season.
I think you can see all 3 of these top teams make it into the wild card.
Possibly, yeah. But here's my hot take. Giants will trade for Shohei Ohtani, and they will win the NL West. I'm saying it right here, July 9th, Taproom Sports Podcast. Shohei Ohtani will be a San Francisco Giant, and the Giants will win this division.
Irv is going to owe me a jersey if that happens. So,
Nah, I thought the bet was only free agency.
Oh, was it free? Yeah, I think it was. It was who signs.
When's the next solar eclipse, Jordan?
I don't know, but it's happening, bro. If Shohei gets traded, it's going to be the Giants, dude.
He's not getting traded. I don't care.
You might be right, dude, but if he gets traded, he's going to the Giants.
He's not getting traded.
The Angels would be dumb not to trade him. I don't care if it's to the Giants, to the Mets, to the Yankees, I hope not the Dodgers, but the Angels would be stupid not to trade him.
Well, I think the Mets are
get
taking
something and don't let him walk.
That's
They're
why
gonna let him walk. You know why? Because that second half of the season, he's gonna see those 30 to 40,000 fans that's gonna show up every whole game just to watch Shohei play. And he's gonna be like, I'll take that revenue in jersey sales for 3 more months, 4 months. I'm telling you, he's not trading Shohei. If that was the case, he would have traded Shohei last year.
nah.
No, because they believe they have a shot.
Yeah, they thought they had a shot this year
and re-sign him.
They kept saying last year, "Oh, we're not going to make it because injuries cost us," and then now it's this year, and now it's like, okay, well, injuries are costing them, yes, but it's like now you're on the verge of actually losing him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have him for another year, dude. There's no guarantee he's re-signing, so now it's like, I think they have to make a move. Well, we all think they have to make a move and trade him.
And I mean, I know you get Juan Soto for another year, but I'd put Soto, I'd put Ohtani quality wise and trade value wise over Soto
Oh yeah,
because he can do both.
yeah, you can pitch.
If you get a haul even close to what Soto got,
That's the thing though, is I don't think they're gonna get a haul as close because of the fact he's a free agent. So unless they trade him and the team that trades for him gets like a verbal agreement like that he'll re-sign, maybe they'll give him like a total haul. But if not, I don't think they're gonna get a haul similar to Soto. Maybe they do, but I mean, you're taking a massive risk as a team trading for him at that point. And that's why I think like I thought they could have gotten a haul for him from the Mets, but now the Mets are out of it, so it makes no sense to them if he doesn't guarantee to re-sign there. So you can count them out. So Artie Moreno's definitely not going to trade him to the Dodgers. He's definitely not going to trade him within the division to the Mariners or the Astros, so you can count them out as well. So now it leaves you to the Giants, where he likes to be on the West Coast. We know that. So maybe the Giants are willing to take a shot, trade for him, and give him 2 months within the organization to convince him re-sign here. Or maybe, I don't know what other club would take a shot at him.
Wishing on a star.
I'm telling you, bro, if he gets traded, he's getting traded to the Giants. So
He's not, even if you could cook up any type of trade. If Artie Moreno is going to trade Shohei, he's going to have to take no matter who you are as an owner, trading him to the Dodgers, the Mariners.
But Andrew Friedman
you got to take the best package available because you're basically going to be a rebuilding team with Mike Trout. Because if you trade Shohei, you might as well start entertaining trading Mike Trout because
but no one's going to trade for Mike Trout's contract.
That's what I'm saying. But does he have a no trade clause or opt out? No, right?
Nah, I don't think so. And he's always injured and he's over 30. And
yeah, but somebody might take a chance, depending on what the Yankees want. But if you trade Shohei, you might as well trade him. You might as well enter. If you can get any type of haul for Trout, you might as well trade him too because you need to go into a full rebuild. You have 2 generational players, and neither one can help you make a playoffs or have a 500 season.
But the trade for Trout might look like the Stanton trade.
It could, but I'm saying if he trades Shohei, it's not about I'm not going to trade him to the Dodgers. No, you got to trade him to the team that's going to give you the best prospects.
You sit here all the time and you tell us how dumb Artie Moroni is. Artie Moroni, whatever the fuck his name is.
And the Dodgers
and you're sitting here saying, he needs to take the best offer. He's not going to do that.
But he's not trading
Ohtani to the Dodgers, dude. I'd put the Dodgers at the very bottom of the list of teams.
If the Dodgers offered him Urias, Will Smith,
anybody in the AL West, but
I would
still put the Dodgers at the bottom of the list.
If the Dodgers were to offer them Will Smith, Urias, and maybe 2 or 3 of our top prospects.
Bro, why would they take Urias, dude? He's damaged goods now.
You can't. This is one bad season. He's been a top level starter for 4 or 5 years.
You're gonna give all of that for 2 months of Ohtani?
The Dodgers could re-sign him easily.
If he gets traded to the Dodgers, Ohtani is not leaving the Dodgers.
He
gets traded to the Dodgers the next week. You're going to see an announcement for a 500 and some million, 600 million.
He's already in the LA area. He's familiar with it. That's the thing is if the Dodgers
is in LA.
The Dodgers are probably the most likely landing spot free agency wise to the Angels because of that. He wants to stay on the West Coast. He's familiar with LA. It's simple, right? And he wants to play in the playoffs. The Dodgers are in the playoffs every year. But that's what I'm saying. The Giants can make a move and trade for him and get him in the building and re-sign him because the Giants are on the West Coast. He wants to stay on the West Coast. The Giants have a huge.
What can the Giants give him that the Dodgers can't?
The Giants, a lot. Giants have a huge, Asian culture population. Obviously,
nowhere near the Japanese. The biggest culture outside of Japan for Japanese people is Los Angeles, LA County. Period. More Japanese people live in LA County probably anywhere else combined in the U.S.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'd have to see the statistics for that.
Yeah,
because there's
look at the statistics. I'm almost guaranteeing that no other county.
I'd probably say
city-
there's more Japanese people in Washington, Seattle, Washington, than anywhere.
no.
That's the home of Bruce
per
Lee.
capita. Yeah.
But I think the Giants make perfect sense, dude. And you know, their owner, what's his name? Ben, the owner?
Zadi.
No, he's the GM. What's the owner's name, dude?
Oh,
He likes to make splashes though.
it's not Nolan. It's
He's racist, by the way. I forget his name though.
he slaps his
Slaps his wife too.
Yeah.
On camera.
Giants are owned by John K. Mara and Steve Tisch.
Mara, that's his name.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong. That's the wrong
That's the
Giants.
wrong
Dude. That's
Giants.
New York Giants.
I knew that.
San Francisco Giants. What's his name? I know when you say it's gonna come right to my fucking head.
Charles B. Johnson.
No.
California, Washington, and Oregon. 1, 2, and 3 as far as Japanese
Yeah,
population.
California, but where in California? California's a big ass state, dog. It's
Okay, where do the most people live in California?
I mean, Bay Area has a lot of people too, Irv. It's not
LA County has over 50 million fucking people, and LA alone has damn near 10 million people. That's
Hey.
the city of LA, not the county.
I'm not like that's the thing is like I already know if Ohtani gets traded to the Dodgers, he's gonna resign there. But I'm saying for the
Yeah, I just don't want
Giants,
Ohtani on the Dodgers. This shit plain and simple.
for the Giants,
do
it
what-
makes total sense
We
for
can
them to
dream
trade
up
for him.
Every scenario of somebody trading for Shohei. The only teams that have the money, the prospects, and the MLB ready players are the Dodgers and the Mets. And the Mets not going to trade for him because they out of it. What prospects and what major league players that the Giants can trade right now that's better than the Dodgers? If you're looking at this from a business sense and him trying to speed up,
Larry Bear is who I was talking about, Ben.
He's
Larry
he's not selling the team no more. So it makes sense. You're trading him to a whole nother league. You don't have to deal with Shohei no more. So why wouldn't he trade him to the Dodgers if the Dodgers is offering him the best package far and away?
Because dude, you've already said over and over, dude, Artie Moreno isn't the smartest guy, dude.
Okay, he's not the smartest guy, but if
And
he's
also,
gonna
he's
stay
not gonna-
owner,
He's not
he
gonna
has to make this team competitive as soon as he can post Shohei Ohtani.
he's not gonna want to
And-
trade he's not gonna want to trade him to the Dodgers because it's basically a slap in the face to his fan base that has to like see Ohtani play
He
at
don't
the
give he
crosstown
don't
level.
give a fuck about that fan base.
Oh,
If he gave a damn about that fan base and how they feel, they would be winners by now.
Well, no, it's not that easy, dude.
He has no loyalty to that fan base outside of making money.
He's tried to make them winners, dude. He's re-signed Trout. He signed Rendon. Like, dude, it's not like he doesn't. He spends money, dude. It's not like he doesn't spend money. It's just he doesn't. They're just not wise, dude. They're not run good. Their farm system's been dog shit for 10 years, right? So it's not that like he doesn't care about the fans. I mean, obviously, no one really cares about the fans other than the fact of them giving them their money. But at the end of the day, Irv, he's tried to make the Angels a good team. He's tried. It's just they haven't done it the right way. Anyways,
Y'all talking about the Dodgers getting Ohtani makes me want to drink. So anybody in California, go to Costco, get your Kirkland bourbon. It's made by 1792.
Kirkland. How's that go?
So Honolulu has 222,000 Japanese people. They're actually the largest outside of Brazil. They are the largest community of Japanese people outside of Japan.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense because it's like right there.
And guess who's number 2?
Who?
Los Angeles, California, with 180,000.
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to the size of Los Angeles.
The city of Los Angeles, not LA County. This is the city of LA.
But you're talking. Okay, so how many people does LA have though?
What,
A lot.
5, 6, probably 4,
18
5,
million.
6 million.
Yeah, so it's the per like
All right.
capita percentage wise.
Anyways, we're done with those.
Okay,
We've gone
you know how
on way
much
too
San-
long.
okay, you know how
Hey,
much San Francisco has?
let's stop. We've gone on way too long about Otani.
35,000. So it don't matter how much.
San Francisco is a lot smaller than. So you got to look at the percentages though, the ratio.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's
Do
move
you
on.
have a little Tokyo in San Francisco?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I don't think so.
There's a
Okay.
there's a Japantown in San Jose though.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not gonna be living in
San Jose is the largest city in the Bay Area too, by the way. All right, let's move on to our mid-season awards. So let's go AL MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. Give them to me, Ben.
Okay, so AL, we're gonna go. I think Gunnar Henderson is gonna be my Rookie of the Year. I think he beats out Josh Jung. Then I'm going to go with MVP Shohei, and then Cy Young. This is a tough one between Framber and Gausman and Kevin Gausman. We'll go with Gausman.
Irv?
Shohei, MVP,
Easy.
AL. It might not be a hot take, but if I had to choose right now, I gotta go Framer, man.
And your
Yeah,
Rookie of the Year?
It's tough.
Huh?
Rookie of the Year?
Oh, my boy from Boston.
Who's your boy from Boston?
Yoshida. Ain't his name Yoshida?
Masataka?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm going MVP Shohei, obviously first in WAR, first in WRC plus, gonna strike out 200 pitchers. I think it's pretty fucking obvious. Cy Young, I'm going Gausman, 11-7 on the year, 3.03 ERA, 2.9 xFIP. Probably would have gone Framber, but he did miss his last start. So I'm going Gausman here. And then Rookie of the Year, I'm going Josh Young, 2.6 WAR, 128 WRC plus, leads AL rookies in both categories. I honestly think Rookie of the Year is pretty easy. As much as I want Gunnar to win, Gunnar got off to a very, very, very slow start.
Yeah.
My guy was striking out like 50% of the time. So, I mean, he could still win. There's still half a year left, but Josh Young's playing really well. All right, what's our NL awards looking like, Irv?
MVP, Ronald Acuna, Cy Young, Zach Gallen, Rookie of the Year. Shit. Corbin Carroll, right? Ain't he a rookie?
Yeah,
Yep.
he is.
Yeah.
I think the Rookie of the Year could get dicey though.
Yep.
Yeah, if he misses an extended amount of time, it could get, but right now it gotta be Corbin Carroll.
Ben?
Ellie. I think Ellie's taking Rookie.
Yeah. I was gonna say
I know
Corbin.
he's.
So we all hold on. We all agree MVP and Cy Young is the same.
Yeah.
Acuna and Gallen. Okay, we all agree there.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, Irv, Corbin Carroll, Ben, Ellie De La Cruz.
Yep.
Jordan, Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah, Ellie doesn't have, and you were giving me so much shit the other week about me saying Ellie can beat Corbin here, but if Corbin gets injured and if she spends
Corbin's
any more
missed
time
like
out-
8 games since then, Ben.
Yeah, but even though Ellie is starting 60 games back, his numbers are out of this world.
I think there's one other thing that we need to add to this.
Bro, ain't nobody did what he's done since 1920. That's fucking crazy.
Bingo.
Yep.
There's one that goes to what I'm gonna say. These awards are narrative based. They're voted on by writers, right?
Yep.
So even though Corbin Carroll's been doing this since the beginning of the year, writers are gonna be like, man, I've never seen anything like Ellie De La Cruz. And while Ellie didn't get the 2 months ahead of time, this is special. And he could very well win this award.
He already has 16 stolen bases too.
Bro, every time he gets on base, he steals a bag, dude.
Yep.
Bro, he stole second, third, and home.
And home.
In 2 pitches.
In the same fucking
pitches.
sequence.
Yep.
2 pitches, bro.
Yeah.
In 2 motherfucking pitches.
Yeah.
Shit's incredible, bro.
This kid is insane.
And it's crazy because if the Reds don't make him a cornerstone, they dumbasses might end up trading him.
Yeah.
There's no way they can trade him now.
I know, but he only under contract for like the next 3 years, I think. 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, but the amount of fans he brings in, there's no way trading him.
Yeah, they're gonna probably offer him like $400 million.
Yep.
No, he gonna be there at least 6 years. All right, let's talk some home run derby for Monday. Let me get
Before we hop into that, got to give an update on our prize picks entry.
Oh yes,
Shohei has already beat his over 30.5 home runs.
let's go.
So that's a W. Daniel Bard still sitting at 0 saves. So that should be a W. Max Scherzer 85 out of 206 and a half strikeouts. So being over half of the season, we're good. Jose Ramirez spicing things up a little bit.
Yes.
He's at 53 RBIs. We're looking at over 98 and a half.
Dog
So
shit.
that's right on schedule.
Dog
there.
shit.
Bro, my
Yeah,
guy,
just-
Jose, bro, if you're
Step it up.
listening to this, and if Jose's not listening to this and you know Jose, please send him this. Bro, you got to start hitting with runners in position, bro. I've seen you strike out way too many times, hit pop-ups way too many times. Brother, we need you. We put you in this because we believed in you. I even said earlier in this podcast, I thought you were the best player. I think you're the best player in this division. Jose Ramirez, please, brother. We need you.
Yep. And then we got Matt Olson, who's at 72 RBIs, and we need him to get 101.5.
I'd probably lock that up too.
Yep.
I think we're really good. And fuck Prize Picks for dogging us on the
DeGrom.
DeGrom one, because we literally chose under DeGrom strikeouts because we
Because
knew he
he
wasn't
was
going to
gonna
pitch
get
all year.
Yeah.
But I think Olsen definitely going to get over that, Ben.
Yeah.
Because
That would have been an easy $25 to $625.
it's all
They
right.
still fucked us on that. What's the name?
Yep. And I still also can't believe that they limit that to $25.
Yeah. I don't know how these people get $100, $1,000 entries on Prize Picks.
Yeah, like this one dude named Raza Pigs be doing 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 10,000. Like, bruh.
How?
Yep. Well,
How?
because of it being a season long, they cap it at 25.
Yeah, but these
our
other
boy
people
with
be
the-
doing like 1,000 on season longs.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
our boy that be putting in a $9 million parlay.
Yeah, Trent. Look at what Trent. We need to come up with an NFL one this year too,
Yep.
season long. All right, let's talk some home run derby. Tomorrow night, Seattle, Washington. It's supposed to be warm out there. Roof is supposed to be off. Ball should jump because if you're not familiar with Seattle, I lived out there. I know. When it's summer, it's pretty humid because it rains a lot. So the ball should fly a little bit.
It's fun.
So we got Luis Robert plus 450, Pete Alonso plus 325. This is all via Circus Sports as well. Mookie Betts plus 1,200, Adolis Garcia plus 600. Shocking number there. Randy Rosarina plus 1080, Vlad Guerrero Jr. plus 450, Julio Rodriguez plus 560, and Adley Rutschman, who's a PNW. He's from the Pacific Northwest, plus 680. Who do you guys like here?
Well, that ballpark favors lefties.
It does.
Adley is a pretty damn good pull hitter.
He's also a switch hitter, so he could go
He's
right
also
or
a switch
left.
hitter too, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit left-handed.
He said he's going to start left.
Oh, okay. He's the youngest, so he probably might be in the best shape.
He's the only left-handed hitter, by the way, in this entire.
Mhm.
Yeah, and well, it's Rodriguez home park, so
Who's the last home run derby champ to win in their home park?
shit, we gotta look it up.
'Cause I don't even know off the top. I don't have no idea. I'm sitting here and it's like, okay, I understand why Adley's a gap to gap hitter. Well, guess who else is a gap to gap hitter that won last year?
Juan Soto.
And guess what? Juan Soto hits left handed.
I mean, I think you throw a couple bucks on Adley, sitting at plus 1600.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think the only problem is like he has to face Lou Bob in the first round. And Lou Bob
Bryce
just
Harper
like Bryce
did
Harper
it.
won in his home park in national.
Yeah, did it in 2018. Walk off home run.
That's right. Against Yoenis Cespedes, right?
Yeah, and his dad was throwing him the pitches.
And guess whose dad's throwing in pitches tomorrow?
Adley.
Adley Rutschman. Stars are aligning, boys. Bro, I mean, y'all seen the videos of Adley, his social media in the off season, just fucking raking BP, dude. I mean, I'm biased, obviously. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little bit on the hometown hero, and I'm gonna throw a little bit on Adley. I think with plus 560 and plus 1600, I mean, either way, that gets me 2 of the 8. So that'll give me a 25% win there. And either way, with that cover, I'm making money. If Adley comes in and wins it, you're making a lot of money. And then if Julio wins it, you're still making a substantial amount of money with that plus 560. I don't think Vlad has the stamina.
He's broken
to go through it. I'm actually surprised Randy Rosarino's on this list.
He rakes, bro.
What's that?
He rakes.
Yeah, but again, I don't know how many he's gonna go for. These numbers, and I'm looking at Price Picks right now for the first round, and I went over on all 4 of them. You've got Vlad at 23.5, Julio at 22.5, Rutschman at 15.5, and a Rosarina at 16.5 for the first round. So I see all of those going over.
I don't know if Vlad's gonna go over.
I see Vlad going over in the first round, and then I think he tails out. Who's he going up against first?
I don't know. The one thing is, like, you can't count out Pete Alonso in this event because Pete Alonso takes this shit serious, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he takes this shit fucking life or death.
Yeah, but he gassed out last year. I think he might do the same thing this year.
Maybe. He has bombs, though.
He does.
Yeah, he does. I think it's the over-under on the longest home run is 489 feet.
So it's Lubob versus Adley, Pete Alonso versus Rodriguez, Mookie versus Vlad, and Adolis versus Randy.
Yeah, I'll throw some pizza money on Adley.
Yeah.
Kind of like Adley in this spot. Kind of like Adolis, too, because he has, like, a nice uppercut swing. Which could be beneficial. But Lubob, I mean, Lubob just makes it look so easy, dude. He just barrels up balls and knocks them out of the fucking park. Like, shout out to the A's for drafting the 3rd Naylor brother, by the way.
Bro, I actually was at his brother the other day. You said no.
Who?
Josh Naylor.
Bo's his brother?
Yeah, I actually was Bo Naylor's brother. You said he wasn't.
I never said that.
Bro, it's on the replay. I asked you, I was like, is Bo Naylor Josh Naylor's little brother? He was like, no.
Nah, you tripping.
You tripping.
I definitely never said that. But the
How
A's
much you
just
would've bet?
drafted.
How much you would have bet, Jordan?
A's just drafted the 3rd Naylor brother.
We gonna bet. I drink an IPA and
All right.
you drink.
Let's bet it. Go find it.
I think it's either the last episode or episode before the action. I was like, is Bo Naylor Josh Naylor little brother? You said no.
I said yes.
No, you did it.
Yes, I did, dog. I've always known they're brothers. I didn't know they had a 3rd brother, though. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Bro just got fucking drafted, too. All right, we got any best bets for tomorrow? I mean, there's nothing going on except for Summer League. And I don't even think we have.
Best bet is Adley Rutschman home run derby plus 1,600.
Yeah, I think it's a fair bet.
Yeah, and I think Adley over first round at 16.5. Take that all day and run with it.
Ben likes over 16.5.
Excuse me, 15.5.
Summer League tomorrow. I hate all these fucking games. Follow me on Twitter. I'll post a pic tomorrow. No lines up yet, so I don't even know what the lines are. We've been hot in Summer League. Been hot. Hawks plus 1.5. Rockets money line. Not Celtics money line.
Dog shit.
Fucking cocksuckers. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. Like I said, we won't be having a show on Tuesday because there's no baseball on Wednesday. Wednesday is legitimate dog day of summer, dude. We ain't got shit on tap. I don't even know what the fuck is on Wednesday night, but hit the ESPYs. Maybe if we go bet on the ESPYs, we'll find something to bet on.
I'm sure we go on to my bookie. We'll find some SB bets.
But we'll be back Wednesday night. We'll be doing our back preview, Mid-Atlantic Conference preview. Irv, myself, and AK will be on. We'll be doing that. So you definitely want to tap into that. We'll be breaking down the entire conference, previewing it, win totals, division odds or conference odds. So definitely tap into that. We had CT on last week. That was a phenomenal episode on the Big 12. Love these college football previews, man. So tap in with that. And then I'll be back with these guys, all three of us, on next Sunday night. We'll be recapping the week. Looking forward to the week ahead. So make sure to tap into that. Big Ball and Ben Larson. Swerve and Irving Washington. I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. We'll catch y'all later. Have a blessed Monday, y'all. Have a great week. Let's go.